Woo-wee. Yeah. So, interesting game, guys. Lots to talk about this game, guys. We got the dub. We look good, but a lot we can improve on too. I would say. I think there's some things that we left points on the board last week, and we definitely left points on the board this week. So, we got plenty we could talk about, guys.
Yeah.
We ready to get into it?
No doubt.
Yeah, let's get into it, baby.
All right, let's go.
Denzel Perryman here, man. You watching the Boat Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Charter blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Boat Bros on the beat, lead stream. Chargers rocking speeds, Sonic supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Boat Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
Okay. Well, we got that dub, guys. We got that dub. Victory Monday.
No doubt.
Herbert kind of scared the hell out of me as well, and I think all you guys.
We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the slides here too.
Oh yeah.
Kind of
little
wild.
Spooky. He looks a little shaky right now. First time we've been 2-0 since 2012.
Dang,
long time.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Like this is the first time that we've beat the Panthers since 2004. So it's been a minute for us to beat the Panthers. I mean, we don't play them that often or anything like that, but basically, hey, we got to win against them, and it was a very decisive win. I mean, this game was a little bit of a sleeper in my opinion, but the thing is, though, with the score, that's kind of where I was expecting. I was honestly expecting a shutout. Like, Panthers got nothing on us, dude. Ain't got nothing on us.
That's pretty much a shutout.
They got nothing on us.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much a shutout.
You Alonzo now?
Alonzo?
Yeah, but again, I feel like there's still a lot of meat on the bone. I mean, this is kind of crazy. Look at the stats for Justin Herbert here,
Right.
And that interception was dumb. Like he was trying to do too much. He should have just ran the ball. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But 84 yards passing, one interception, man. Oof.
Yeah.
Dude, it makes me question, like, are they gonna stick with Bryce Young? I mean, that's abysmal. Like they
were talking about bringing in Sam Darnold as well too. So Sam Darnold's on their team also. So who knows?
Right. Sam Darnold is on the Vikings. He is the Vikings quarterback.
No, you were yelling his name for the backup.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see.
Take a look
at it up right now.
No, they were saying his name. I keep thinking Sam Darnold. Oh no, Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton. Yeah.
He's a ginger.
Well, I think the Chargers have the most gingers of all the NFL. To be honest,
we got a lot of gingers on our team. We got a lot of gingers.
Yeah, a lot of gingers.
Hey, it's all good, man. Ginger power.
Ginger power.
Yeah. Hey, get that fullback Scott Matlock. Freaking.
Yeah.
Opening up them holes. Sheesh. Look at that. Rushing yards. Good Lord.
It's good to see. Speaking of Scott Matlock, I did like it when Herbert was pissed that Matlock did not adjust off of his audible. Mm-hmm. So clearly Matlock he made a mistake. He didn't switch the opposite side of the play formation, and Herbert got upset, which I like to see that, right? At least he's getting into it, becoming more of a leader. But yeah, I mean, look at the total yards, 217 yards rushing. Look at that. Good.
So once again, going back to Justin Herbert's stats, I mean, what did he throw? 129 passing yards. I mean, if you watched the Chargers Weekly and you understand how like Michigan football was, they're not about trying to have 300-yard passing games. They're about having 150-yard passing type games. Like, I mean, I don't even think Justin Herbert's got to that this year, but the big part of it is there's 346 total yards offense wise. That's still extremely effective base football. Yeah. Like, we have to get out of this mindset of, hey, Herbert needs to throw 350 every single game and have, 50 rushing yards. Like, That's not how it is anymore with this team, guys. Like,
well, that was the old regime, is what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah, the old regime was like, hey, give them the ball, let them just chuck the ball downfield. That's not this team anymore. Like, this is completely a different, more balanced type team that could still get over 300 yards total offense on you and find ways to beat you down physically. Like, that is the big difference to this team. And I mean, I'll even show kind of the Elijah Molden pick and one of the screenshots from the game that makes the difference with this team defensively. And we'll chat about that a little bit more on the slides as we go through these stats.
Yeah, but check this out. Look at the total yards, 350, passing yards, 129. And Herbert made throws when he needed to, right? A couple of those drives, we needed third down conversions. We got it. But check this out. 22 first downs.
22 first downs.
7 to
That's
7.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's like crazy. Third down efficiency. They were 1 and 12.
Wow.
The defense is legit, folks. And look, you can argue all day, the kitty cats, the Panthers, whatever you want to call them, they suck. You're right. They're probably one of the worst teams in the NFL. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They're still an NFL team with the best of the best players. Yes, first-time head coach, all the above. Dude, that's crazy. But third down efficiency, 9 and 15, that's pretty damn good, right?
1 and 12.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
1 and 12.
I think that's what I like this one here, right, is that there is zero need for fourth down efficiency.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Ran a lot of plays too.
Yeah. 46, 65 to 46. That is crazy.
Yeah. Only punted 3 times. Interesting. Time of possession, 36 minutes. They had 23. Yeah. Interesting.
That's winning football. That's like closing games out, winning football, control the clock. I mean, the big thing too, we only had 1 penalty up till about, I think it was almost like early into the fourth quarter. I mean, they cleaned that up a lot because last week against the Raiders, we kept shooting ourselves in the foot with so many stupid little penalties, and we really cleaned it up this week. I mean, 3 penalties versus 9 penalties for the Panthers. That's a big difference. Only 15 yards of penalty on the Chargers. That is massive. Yeah, that is massive.
Now, I will say this. Herbert looked a little, it's weird. Like, he's trying to do too much. And like when he threw that with that fumble, I was like, bro, just take the sack. You're already in field goal range. Just fall down, Yep. I mean, I don't know what he was obviously trying to throw the ball out. It's like, dude, just stop trying to do too much. And I feel like he's got to get out of that mindset where, he doesn't have to be the guy all the time with this team anymore. Just, don't do it. That was a fumble. Yep. And then that interception, he was trying to do too much. He should have just ran the ball and stepped out. Now, again, it's easy for us to sit back on the couch and go, wow, you suck, dude.
Come on now, couch quarterback. Hey, I thought you were better than that.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I'm just saying, like, it's one of those things where you just have to say, all right, let's be a little smarter about it for sure.
Yeah. Yep. No doubt. I mean, big thing is, though, we're doing exactly what Greg Roman and Jim Harbaugh want to do, run the dang ball. And like, JK doing 130, obviously we have some slides that we kind of jump through all that and everything too. Gus doing 58 yards still on 18 carries, a very almost even amount of carries between them. But it's once again, it's a thunder and lightning situation with these guys. Yeah. They have a specific type of role in this offense. And you got to think about like when the Chargers started bringing in Jim Harbaugh and them, they talked about role players, guys that are going to be playing a specific type of role with this team. Like, it's great to see. Hassan Haskins even got a couple carries late in the game too. And, Hassan's kind of similar like Gus Edwards, in my opinion.
Gus does not look good to me, in my opinion. He's looked pretty crappy to me. I was watching him run. I'm like, dude, he does not look good. He looks confused.
I feel like his vision is really bad. He's not finding the holes in the openings and stuff like J.K. Dobbins is.
It's a little weird. It's almost like he's running into people on purpose. It's like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like
he's
get around
trying
him.
To be like a bowling ball, but it's like he's not that big of a guy. I mean, yes, he's big, but he's not big enough to be the bowling ball, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't take out a 6'5", 300-pound dude and run him over kind of thing. Like, that's not going to happen. It's just he's not seeing the vision, or the holes very well. He seems to be running to the right a lot and just kind of going right behind somebody. I'll give a shout out to Joe Alt. I felt like Joe Alt did better in the run game.
He did great,
in comparison to last week. Now, once again, we played against the Panthers. That's a different type of game, different type of team, in my opinion, versus the
100%.
Raiders.
100%.
Yeah, but Q looked good. Disley, Ladd, I think one of the announcers said it best. We don't really need to throw the ball because we're running the ball so well. And this game was like, hey, let's just work on our running game. Why put the ball in harm's way? But Herbert did a bad job of, the interceptions or the one interception and the fumble. I was like, dude, you're trying to do too much. It's okay. And I think he likes the gaudy stats. And so he's got to get that out of his head a little bit. I think he will, right? He needs to understand there's a team around him. He doesn't have to do everything anymore, right? So, but pretty balanced. And then Dayon, number one tackler. Look at that.
Love it.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that, dude. That's amazing.
He almost got a pick too. He would just had I think it was Dean Leonard that was in front of him that kind of like held him back from grabbing that last pick at the end. And it was awesome. It's awesome, man. I love watching Dayon out there. It's great.
Yeah, and and again, Cam Hart looked pretty good when he was out there as well. That tackle was pretty solid. It was, later on in the game, but Bosa didn't have to do a whole lot. He was kind of sitting because of his back, it seemed like. He came in third down situations occasionally, but look, only one kick return, 13 yard hit, one punt return. I mean, I'm just saying, like, guys, not a whole lot had to be done. It was pretty much a domination from beginning to end, and you're right. Herbert will be all right. It's just, I think it's more of a mindset situation where he has to get out of his mindset of thinking, I've got to win this game for this team. He doesn't have to do that anymore. He can just let the team around him be successful. Yeah,
no doubt. And I mean, the thing too with this game, like, I kind of went into it thinking, we're going to roll these guys one way or another. Like, 100% chance that we're going to win this game. Like, there was no doubt that we're going to do it. I had in my mind it was going to be like a 27-0 game. I got real close to that. I got real close to that.
You did for sure.
And it was a straight up beatdown. Like, and I heard people in the stadium were talking about that the season ticket holders are actually kind of boycotted this game because of the nature of how the team is being ran right now. And they basically didn't show up to the game. And if there was a lot of Charger fans walking around in that stadium too. And look, Dave Tepper
he's a clown, dude. Yeah.
I think he's one of the worst owners in the league. He doesn't know what he's doing. He has no idea what he's doing. Matt Rule to signing him to a huge contract, fire him off. Last season, it was, the offensive coordinator, he was the head coach for the Colts, fired him off of 1 year. I mean, Dave Canales now, like, being the head coach. I mean, it's just, it's a mess of an organization. And so,
it looks like the Raiders and Raiders and the Ravens are tied 23-23 right now.
Oh no! Dang it. I was keeping an eye on that score on the ESPN right there.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
Sounds like the Vikings ended up winning too and beating the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Wow, that is crazy. Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Vikings won 23-17.
That's crazy, guys. Wow.
Crazy. Giants Commanders. 18-18 right now. What a field goal fest.
But think of it this way, guys. We've given up in 2 games 13 points.
Yeah.
13 points. Actually, let's see. Where do we rank in the
we're definitely going to be top defense now. Yeah. Thinking about that. Oh my god.
Well, and even to say, thinking about like next week, I mean, once again, maybe I'll talk about that later on. Let's talk about that later on next week because we're talking about now at this point. But the thing is, though, this defense has a great shot of being very much a defense that could keep games under 20 points. What's the whole stat that Justin Herbert had? He was 16-0 going into the season. If you keep the defense keeps under 20 points, now he is 18-0 in his career keeping under 20 points. Well, the defense allowing only under 20 points. So this is like a big stat, guys. It's a massive stat for Justin Herbert. And the thing is, though, we could always go look at all these like stats that Justin Herbert had, 350 something rush or throwing yards, 4 touchdowns, yada, yada, yada. You want to see those type of games, but the only stat that matters is W's.
Yeah,
that's all that matters. Wins. Who cares?
That's right.
Just win.
I agree.
Who cares? Like, it's just a different era, guys. Like when we came out of that game last week against the Raiders, everybody said the same exact thing. This is a new era. This is a whole new era, guys, that we're going into. it's something that we have not seen as a Charger fan pretty much. I would almost say ever at this point. It's a different type of team.
That's what's up. Everyone just put some W's in the chat, man. Just throw out them dubs, baby. Throw them dubs out there.
This is interesting. Check this out. Here's the statistics on ESPN. I thought this was pretty interesting.
I mean, this is only on one game, so it's not updated yet.
Yeah. So, but again, we're at 10
right
now. Oh no, it's definitely not updated. Okay, well,
that's still.
We'll give you the update on that one now.
Yeah. That'll be the post game review tomorrow.
I mean, we could clearly say we're probably going to be one of the lowest in allowing points in defense in the league. Now, possibly even total yards against us in the league, potentially top 5.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of stats that we are just looking great in at this point, guys. So it's exciting. It's very, very exciting to watch how this team is developing. And sky's the limit with this team, guys. Once again, what did I talk about earlier this week on the Kay Adams show? What was it? Was it Hittner? Hittner?
You talking about my girl, dude?
Yeah, dude. Dante Whitner.
Adams, dude.
I said Hittner because he calls himself because he was the hitman kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah.
So, and how he's talking about the Chargers, he's like, look, man, we could easily go 8-0, like straight up. Like,
go
win streak at this point.
But the defense is looking great. By the way, interesting statistic. Joe Reedy said J.K. Dobbins is the first NFL player since Jamal Lewis in 2003 with 3 runs of at least 43 yards in the first 2 weeks of the season. Lewis had all 3 of his 295-yard games against the Browns in week 2. So, dude, JK's killing it right now. And what did I say, boys? Bros, I said JK was going to be the number 1 running back. Now it's going to be Gus Edwards. I'm like, man, you don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, you know what?
Hey, you don't know what you're talking about, bro. That's all I'm saying. You don't know what you're talking about.
I got that wrong for sure. Like at this point,
you did.
I had my high hopes for Gus Edwards to be a little bit more of a like a beast, Yeah.
Here's another one here. J.K. Dobbins in 2 games for the Chargers, 27 rushes, 266 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. And he could have had way more than that. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Edwards will have good games. I think Dobbins will have good games. I think it'll be a little bit of both. It'll go back and forth for sure. It really will.
Yep.
So, So, anyways, it'll be really interesting.
It's fun to watch this breed of football right now for the Chargers. It's very, very fun. I mean, it's the sky's the limit with this team too. I was also going to throw out a note too. The Chargers are staying out in Charlotte too until the Steelers game. So they're not flying back to the West Coast to come back. They're just staying out there, board games and all, having a good time. So
bring some board games. That's right.
Really cool. Really cool, man.
Yeah, what's the point, right? Coming back and then flying back again. It just sort of sucks.
I love it.
Yeah.
And Molden, dude, by the way, I remember when we picked him up, I thought, man, do we really need this guy? But I think so. I mean, dude, he's looked really good. He's looked really, really good. So he got that pick. And I mean, I'm pretty exciting.
Gotta love it.
And I'll tell you, the offensive line looked really good, man. And a lot of people were sleeping on Bozeman. I thought he'd be really good. I felt like he'd be a good center for sure.
I think he had a little chip on his shoulder with this game too. He was with Carolina the last couple of years, didn't really have that good of years there. So I think he had a little bit of chip on his shoulder and he wanted to get this dub for sure, man. So do you think we could beat the Steelers? Okay, so we'll throw that out. About that later on. Let's talk about that later on. Let's talk about
put it in the chat. What do you guys think in the chat? Answer that question.
Go ahead. You can answer that in the chat for sure. Yeah.
So I could throw up some slides here real quick too, guys. And this is just I thought this was funny. Last week when Herbert was getting the dap up by Jim Harbaugh. And the way that I watched it, I was like, I don't think Herbert was ready for that by any means.
No, he said he wasn't.
No, he was not. He didn't know what the heck was going on at all. Like it was like, wait, did no one tell him like what Harbaugh does? Like, I mean, this is very well known that Harbaugh does this.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny that Harbaugh didn't really like prep him on that, by the way.
Yeah.
And, it's funny, but now it looks like, and it's funny how Justin Herbert in that picture, he's like smiling because he's like, okay, I'm ready now. I'm going to lock in with you now.
He's like, let's do this now. We're cool.
I laughed when I saw that. I laughed when I saw that. So it was good.
It was pretty funny. Well, he goes, I think it's exact words. He was like, I just wasn't ready. I didn't know what was going on. Because he was funny. He was like, oh, yeah, cool. I'll give him a hug. Yeah, all right, cool. Like it was one of those like moments where you're like, you go in for the high thing, and then you do this weird thing, like, and you dab. It's like, well, what just happened here?
Yeah, exactly.
So he's ready for it now, which I think is good.
Brisket Broads were there. Got on the Chargers website.
Yeah.
This is where we have to do the whole crayon situation here.
Yeah, turn on the pen. Let's go. Hey, there
it is.
Oh, you're doing it, James. Wow. Guys, I don't know about this. I don't feel good about this. I'm the crayon guy. What's happening here? Taking away my thunder. You're stealing my thunder.
Let's go. That's a perfect looking 2 right there. So 2-0, baby. Brisket Broads came out 1-0. We came out 2-0 out of that stadium. Let's go. So
hey, number 1 though over here, the Carolina Panther fan here. She looking pretty good. Hey, I'm gonna ask the Brisket Broads. You get her number or what's the deal?
Uh-huh.
I'm stepping out on Kay Adams. She ain't playing by the rules no more.
Because she's over there like hooking up with Danny Dimes now. So like shoot.
Exactly. You know what? She's missing out, right?
Yeah,
she's missing out. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
She's missing out.
Doesn't know.
My jokes, everything. It's all good. It's all good.
So let's move the conversation to Herbert, man. And we chatted about it already. Like Justin Herbert, man. Like there was some weird things. Like for instance, like his sack that he took that ended up being a fumble. I feel like in a weird way because I kept saying, man, he's got a great pocket. Yeah. Protection. Almost in a weird way, Justin Herbert has too much protection for himself to not react quicker. Maybe that's the way that I kind of viewed it as.
Right.
That he just kind of sat there and it was like, hey, look, man, I got 2 great bookends. Nobody's in front of me. I'm good. I can kind of stand there and not really need to move around in anything. And I think he needs to understand he is playing against NFL players, by the way, guys. Yeah, like these guys will find a way to get to you, and you don't have a whole heck of a lot of time. You ain't going to sit back there for 4 seconds, even 3 seconds at that point, being comfortable. So interesting. Yeah, he definitely got a wedgie, Miguel. Whoa.
Get that crayon out, dude. Get that crayon out. Get that crayon out.
That is crayon worthy right there. That is, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
No, don't do it.
I would. There you go. There.
Oh my goodness!
Crayon worthy right there, dude. What is going on there, boy?
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
He's jumping right now. He's jumping.
He getting them glutes working.
Dang it! Yeah, like I just
saw. Raiders won. What a bummer, dude. Raiders won.
Wow.
Dang it.
7 seconds left, 26-23. So they did end up winning then, huh?
Yeah, looks like it. Okay, well.
Hey, look at that. Think about that. Like, people kind of were saying, like, oh, yeah, you beat the Raiders. Maybe they're kind of a subpar team. Well, they just went out and beat the Ravens. I mean, it's 27 seconds left.
There you go.
There's still 20. I don't know where the whole state of the game is at right now and, all that. But Lamar Jackson now needs to make a drive happen for a very short amount of time, at least to get to field goal situation.
25 seconds, it looks like, is what I'm seeing.
Oh.
Yep.
So they still got some time.
Okay. All right. Yeah. They can pull it out. That'd be amazing. That'd be awesome.
That would be great.
Anytime the Chargers win and the Raiders lose is a great day. That's a great day.
Great day. That is a great day. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up on my phone actually while I'm here. I'm just gonna have the game rolling.
That's a great day. It's a great day.
It is an absolute
but man, Ravens, dude, it's kind of weird. They might end up 0-2, man. It's just shocking to me.
Yeah, that's
weird.
That would be nuts. Yeah, I'm
all my friends talking trash, saying the Chargers are gonna be 0-2, and I'm like, okay, your team's
okay.
Yeah.
Other thoughts about Justin Herbert? I mean, I think we've already kind of alluded to it. You're not going to see a lot of 300+ yard type games out of this guy. Like, if that running game is going, they're going to be not looking for big yards like that. They're not going to look at big type passing type yards out of Justin Herbert. Now, once again, you go back to JJ McCarthy when he was in Michigan. It was a lot of under 150 type yard throwing games, couple touchdowns, good to go. You go back to Vegas bets. What do they say? Over and under for touchdowns for Justin Herbert's 20. We might see that. We might legitimately see that this year. So, interesting thing to see. But different era, different Herbert now is what we're seeing at this point.
Well, and at the end of the day, I think not playing a lot. He was out for most of the preseason. I think there was just things happening with him in general. And he doesn't have to be the guy anymore, right? I think there's a lot to be said about that. Now again, Also, he's got first-year wide receivers, well, for the most part, right? You know,
Yeah.
Palmer, sure, but then you got McConkey, who's a rookie, and then QJ, who's stepping up, which is good. So I think they're still trying to work out some of the kinks in that offense on the wide receiver side. But I think the real test is next week against the what do we call them? The steel turds. The steel turds, that we call them. And then you know, again, it's going to take a little bit of time, right? And then when we play the Queefs, we'll see how that goes, right? So
big time.
Anyways, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
And going back to QJ, like, what isn't it fun to be able to see this guy actually doing something and making some things happen? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he was good.
That's
he almost had 3 touchdowns. I mean, he had another one that ended up as an out route going to the corner essentially, and almost got a 3rd touchdown. I mean, it's awesome to see QJ out there stepping up, getting 2 touchdowns. I mean, QJ getting them early right from the get-go with just that small little screen pass right from the get-go. Just get his confidence up.
Yep.
And getting those passes and get those catches. Like, it's awesome to see. QJ really could be, at this point, is the number 1 wide receiver for this team, which is awesome to see.
The Schittsburg Squealers. I like that. That's perfect.
Bust out that cran real quick, man. Look how freaking high
I know
he's got, man.
Man, he got leaps, dude. Hey, remember that movie White Man Can't Jump? He can jump. He can jump.
Hey, man, don't be saying that no more. Look at
that. Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an arrow though. You're not showing like vapor trails. You know what I mean? You're not showing the you know.
It's lightning bolts coming out of his finger too.
Well, that is a crappy lightning bolt. What is that, dude? Man,
let's go.
You are terrible, dude. I don't. Is he like the emperor? He's like the emperor, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's amazing. No, but seriously though, I mean, look, I still think this offense has a lot it can improve on. I mean, the one thing I will say, I did like the fact that we were running the ball as often as we were. I did wish we threw the ball a little bit more, but I think this is one of those games you're like, let's just let a running game just beat the hell out of these guys and you know, make it an easy win and walk out of the door. Because I mean, think about it that way, right? You don't have here we go. Ravens got 1 second.
Yeah, they
you can do a lot in 1 second. I'll tell you what.
It's 4th and 10 right now. 45-yard line of the Raiders. The Ravens. So I mean, they got
wait. That's a 67-yard field goal by Tucker.
No,
it would be like
I think he can make it
field goal. Like, it would be ridiculous. Like, there's no way they could even hit.
He can make it. Didn't he do a 70-yarder?
Yeah, if he was in space, yeah, he could probably have a chance to hit that one.
Oh man, that fool's got freaking like a golden foot, man.
I mean, he hit a 66-yarder. He ain't gonna hit a 66-yarder. Nope, he ain't. This is like a 70-something or other ish. So this is ridiculous. Yeah, no way. But the big thing too, like, this wide receiver group is not going to be one of those, you know, wide receiver groups you're going to see huge games from at this point. Just like what we talked about Justin Herbert, we're going to see kind of average type games, maybe some 5-catch type situations. But look, guys, it's about physical football. When the running game's running, who cares about the pass game at this point? Let's just still get 346 total offensive yards with the ground and the air game at that point.
Yeah,
I'm all for that, guys. Bottom line, I want to get wins. And the thing about this game, this is one of those games that you always feel like in the past, you think they find ways to make it more interesting than it ever should be at that point. Oh my gosh, Lamar Jackson is running the ball. Whoa, what is he doing? What do you do that for?
Whoa.
Oh, okay, that's all right. It's a wrap. All right, game over. Lamar Jackson straight beeline for beeline for the dang goal line. It was just running, and I was like, I don't know why he just didn't just keep running. Like, the guy only had maybe like 2 or 3 guys in front of him, and he could have almost just ran that ball all the way in.
Oh, my. Nuts. And that would have been amazing.
That would have been nuts.
Yeah.
But the Ravens 2-0, Raiders 1-1.
0-0. 0-2.
Sorry for the Ravens.
Yeah, I was going to say 2-0. I was like, what you talking about?
Yeah, wrong. Dyslexia jumped in there.
Yeah.
But either which way, that could have been one of those games where with the Carolina Panthers, where we just find a way to blow it pretty much at that
That's
point.
A good photo. I like that. He's like, hey, what's up? I'm doing a flip.
Dude. The backflip Dobbins. Like,
dude,
that run was one of the best runs I've seen for a very, very long time for this team. Like, it's been a while for a physical-based type run, almost like a little bit of a LaDainian Tomlinson type situation with that, where it was just like a guy that could run down the line, find a way to stay in bounds, stiff arm a guy. Like, that was an awesome, awesome run for J.K. Dobbins. And this is
100. Yep.
We finally got a run game, boys. And we got a guy like J.K. Dobbins is showing that he's a special dude. Like,
Big
even
time.
early in the game, he was getting 5-6 yards a carry. Like, constantly. Like, constantly. It was almost big play after big play for this guy. Like, amazing. It's great to see that we got a running back like that. And, man, just JK, just stay on field, man. Stay on field. We need you, dude. We need you.
Looks like QJ got a game ball too, by the way.
Oh,
big
awesome.
time.
Yeah. Had to. Yeah.
Had to. JK probably got another game ball second week in a row, I'm sure. Like,
nice.
This guy's got to get game ball after game ball. And I think they said this is our 200-yard rushing performance for this team. And this is the first time we've done that since week 1 of last year versus the Dolphins. So back, keep it going, guys. We could do 200-something yards rushing every single game. We're going to be seeing a lot of
the announcer said something about something else, though, where like it was the first time that a Chargers player has had back-to-back 100-yard games since I couldn't remember the name of the guy that they were saying, though. Like, I was like, what, who's that? I don't remember him. Like, it's like a really long time ago, I guess. Yeah.
It's been a while. I mean, once again, we haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher since Melvin Gordon. I think it was 2017, 2018, possibly.
Gosh, yeah,
one of those.
Crazy.
It's been a while for this team, and it's great to see that we got a run freaking game here for once. Yeah, finally.
Well, and again, it goes back to Herbert doesn't have to do everything. He needs to get out of his head that he doesn't have to be the man every time. I mean, again, 4 years in the NFL, he's pretty much had to do it all, right? Okay. Yep. I need to score 28 points or we're not going to win the game. That's a completely different conversation now. He doesn't have to score 28 points, So I just feel like there's a lot of things that are the culture shift is shifting. And again, remember, guys, we got 5 running backs on this team. Right. 5 running backs. That's kind of crazy, dude. And so what are we going to do? We're going to run the ball, and we got a great offensive line. I just hope, knock on wood, our offensive line can stay healthy all season, right? And we'll be in good shape because, Edwards will have good games, but it'd be interesting to see what Haskins can do. I mean, I didn't think he was going to play because didn't he have some sort of injury as well too? I think he was on the injury report if I remember correctly. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit surprised that he even took any snaps, but cool.
I was thinking that we're going to see Kamani Vidal too, and then he got thrown on the inactive list, and it's like, all right, I thought this would be a good game for him to get involved, but Michigan man Haskins found a way to be able to get a couple snaps this game late in the game, and it's great. I mean, we got 3 really good, I essentially say 4 really good backs at this point that we could really work with. So, hey, Greg Roman wants that. Jim Harbaugh wants that.
And Haskins is a good running back too. He's good.
He is. I like him.
Should we trade for Mark Andrews? What do you guys think in the chat? What do you think, bros? I want to get your thoughts on that.
I pass. I don't think we need Mark Andrews for anything right now. Like, I mean, I'm totally fine with Disley and Hurst. So yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Mark Andrews might want to make a deal, come over here to the Ravens, though. I mean, but I don't know. I think we're pretty good, though.
Yeah, I don't think that the Ravens would let him go, in my opinion. And the thing is, Mark Andrews had a pretty bad injury last year too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He is kind of getting up there in age. Not saying that it wouldn't fit perfectly because he knows the system. It'd be a plug and play situation for us, but I think right now we're pretty solid. I mean, Joey Dell basically said, Jamar Chase, yes, should we trade? Because it sounds like basically they're saying this is the last year Jamar Chase is going to be with the Bengals. He said, I gave him a shot. They wanted to pay me. Sure. But
he wants crazy money too, though. That's the problem with Jamar Chase. It's like he wants bananas money, dude. And it's like, so, yeah.
But these wide receivers, they're getting paid way too much, I feel like.
Way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and go back to the earlier part of conversation. I mean, even if we had a Jamar Chase, I mean, we're only going to throw maybe 140, 150 yards a game. Yeah, sure, we'll have some games where we'll probably have to go into 200-something yards when the run game's not working. But, hey, if it's the run game's going, we're not going to throw a lot of yards. And do you think like a wide receiver that would really want to have 100-plus catches is going to be wanting to be here, and you want to put a lot of money in that position too.
I have a thought on that as well too. So I just read this our little statement by Ari. Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase taking out a $50 million insurance policy for the season to protect against an injury or potential loss of losing after not receiving a contract extension this offseason. Pretty interesting. I did have a thought about that though too, guys, and I want your thoughts on this as well as in the chat. Do you think Herbert could get frustrated enough because he's not throwing the ball a lot and want to, I wouldn't say ask for a trade potentially, but do you think it might start bothering him a little bit and, having some problems with him moving forward in the locker room, right? Because, I mean, he's not throwing the ball hardly at all. So,
yeah,
what's your guys' take on that? What do you guys think in the chat as well, too?
I mean, that is a concern. I mean, that's in a lot of ways, that's kind of why Keenan Allen and Mike Williams probably wanted to leave too, because they knew that Greg Roman was going to be more of a rushing kind of offense. And so that was their part of their beef, I would imagine. But when it comes to Justin Herbert, though, I believe he's more of a team player. He just wants to win. He just wants to get those W's. But I can see why it's possible he might get frustrated, because obviously he was trying to force a completion while he was the pocket was collapsing, and he ended up getting that fumble situation. So maybe there's something there, but I don't know. I personally think that Justin Herbert's more of a team player than that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could keep winning and you could keep throwing under 150 yards a game, and I think you'll be more than happy to stick around. I just think wins cures all. Stats don't mean much. And how many times do people say that? Think about Khalil Mack last year. What do you have, 17, 18 sacks last year? The grand scheme of it is we didn't get to the playoffs. It doesn't matter. That was just a lost season in a sense with high effort. So bottom line, if you go to let's say the Chargers go 13-4, and Justin Herbert's under 4,000 yards. Well, you went 13-4. That's what matters. That's a massive season for you and a great win for you.
Well, but it is one of those things where you just ask, because I know he wants to throw the ball a lot, right? And so I think the other coaching staffs were like, oh yeah, cool, whatever, no big deal. But it is interesting. Look, you're right. I would personally rather him stay healthy, and we need him. Then he could go out and run spread and then go win the game for you, that. 100%. But everyone says Herbert's a team player, never asked coaches. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But I wanted to throw something controversial out there to see what you guys thought. Because to me, though, I just think that there's so much that, again, he doesn't have to be the guy. Again, I play a lot of softball, right? And you deal with a lot of egos. People, I used to be a shortstop in college. I used to do this. I used to play third base. I'm whatever. I want to be here. You hear it all the time, and people complain, oh yeah, I'm not getting enough field time, and why'd you sit me this inning and whatever. And so it's one of those things where you just ask yourself this question, right? Okay, how is he going to handle that moving forward? Taking, in his mind, maybe a lesser role in the team than in the past is what I'm getting at.
Sure. I mean, but there's a lot of years that Herbert's had that have been high stats that have not gone to anything. And so
true.
I agree. He'll be fine, but we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yeah. There you go. Derwin James is throwing the salt out there. Yeah.
Salt Bay. That's what it looks like. That's what Derwin James is doing. Some straight Salt Bay.
Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It looks like those confetti things you put on ice cream, though.
Ooh,
some sprinkles.
Sprinkles. There we go. Sprinkles.
Yeah, that's so good.
But everyone's triggered by that question. Everyone's angry, dude. What's going on? Sorry, guys.
Everybody in the live started dropping off. Get out of here.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, you talking smack about Herbert? Come on now. Yeah.
But you gotta give a shout out to the defense. Defense is doing great. I mean, it's awesome to be able to see a defense that could back up the offense even further. I mean, once again, we've had so many times where it's the defense just kind of just finds a way to just give up, and offense did their job. Now I feel like we got a total package as a team where all three phases that they're just backing each other up.
Yeah.
And it's team football at this point, guys. We only give up 159 total yards. Love it. Great. Elijah Molden was a late pickup for us. He got a pick. Like, I'll even show you guys one quick little slide here from the broadcast. Dude, this is like the perfect defense here, guys. Like, look at how this looks. Like, these guys right here. Yep. This is what the Chargers play. I think it's called a cloud coverage, essentially, too. So it's one high, one low, essentially. Guy in the slot.
That's too high safety. Too high safety.
Too high safety. Yeah. But it's one high, one low. So you're always going to be a guy in the slot, guy high. So cover the guy who's going to get the ball. Cover the front, cover the back. If the ball tips, the guy up in the high safety will find a way to basically grab it and get a pick. Like, this is just such a great defense because I feel like we had something similar to this last year, but just never could execute it the way it's being executed now.
Yeah,
like, there's always two guys where the ball goes. And that's awesome to see. There's times where you see 5 guys tackling the guy with the ball. Like, it's such a fun way to watch this defense actually being ran at this point. And it's exciting, guys. I mean, we got a defense.
Well, it's also aggressive too. It's aggressive.
Very aggressive.
And, you know, I think the thing is, last year when you start talking about the defense, there was no understanding of the remember when we interviewed Asante Samuel? Do you remember when we interviewed him and we asked him the question, what has Brandon Staley taught you?
Yeah.
He gave the most blank stare question. He's like, oh, well, you know, he knows a lot about defense and, you know, like, didn't say a single thing that made us think that he's taught him anything as far as defense is concerned.
100%.
Right. And I thought about that, and you just keep looking at the way they were playing. They were confused. They didn't know where to be. They didn't understand. And these guys communicate. Okay, you be here, you be there. You know, there's communication across the board. So, yeah, huge.
Yeah, I mean, even if you look at like the way the screenshot looks too, if you look even over here at these two guys, you still got the same thing here. Same exact thing. Clustered there, and they still got players to come right to the guy who's got the ball there. I mean, it's such a different type of defense all around. Like, I love watching this defense at this point. And even Joey Bosa throwing in that heat right here. Yo, bringing in the heat.
That pressure, baby.
At you.
Pressure, baby. So, I mean,
you guys think it's possible there's a team game this season we could shut them out? I think it should have been this game. We could have done that.
Could have been this game. I mean, there's definitely going to be a game this year that we shut out entirely. Hopefully it's against the Broncos or something. Or actually, better yet, to be against the Queefs or something.
Oh, yeah, that'd be incredible.
That'd be amazing.
I mean, that would be. You would hear mass media just basically being like, "Whoa, Jim Harbaugh!" Like, quick top 3 type team in the NFL. All of a sudden, it would just shake the NFL if something like that.
That would
happened.
totally,
That would.
Well, and remember that again. We knew the defense was good. Remember last year, once we relieved Brandon Staley of his coaching duties, our defense became the number 1 defense in the league.
Yeah.
The last 3 games of the season. And guys, we had the talent. We just had a crappy defensive coordinator. That was Brandon Staley. And he just kept thinking, oh, what I'm doing is going to work. What I'm doing is going to work. He never adjusted, never changed. One thing about Jesse Minzer is he does a really good job of scheming out of the gate. And then he also does a very good job of making sure that he makes adjustments when the game is going through, right? So, okay, cool. This isn't working or this is working. Let's fix things up. Yeah, I just think it's incredible.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I agree. It would have been
a really, really good game to be able to just see a actual beatdown of a team that you should be beating down. Like, one thing I got PTSD on the Texans game back in like 2001, I want to say it was, when all 3 of us were together here in Arizona. It was around Christmas time.
Oh, yeah.
We should win this game. We should win this game, right?
Yeah.
Find a way to blow it.
Yeah. Find a way to blow it.
Find a way to dang blow it. And that's not a game you should be blowing.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's good to be able to see you got a coaching staff that's like, hey, man, respect the team they're playing, but go out there and crush them. Like, and we got a plan. And this is what we're going to do kind of thing. And I love it. I love it. I love to see it, guys. I love to see that we got a coaching staff that knows what the heck they're doing for once. And this is the sky's the limit with this team. And we're in such a new era at this point of not screwing up games at this point. So
bully ball. I like that. I like that. Bully ball.
Bully ball, baby. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking we need to make a shirt still that says, don't let the powder blues fool you. And,
oh, yeah.
Great shirt. great shirt. I will definitely rock that shirt super hard.
Yeah, so we are planning on going to that game, the Harbaugh Bowl. We are planning on being there. The next game we're going to go to will be against the Cardinals.
Yeah, in Arizona.
So we're planning on that one.
I would
still
like debating
to game too, potentially.
Yeah, I'm still debating on going to the Chiefs game or something though.
That would be a great game, dude.
That'd be an awesome game.
That would be a great game.
Yep. So hopefully I can watch that game on a plane that I'm flying out to Japan. Hopefully I can be up on the plane screaming and hollering at the game, dude. People are like, yo, what is up with that guy over there?
Yeah,
dude?
you better pay for that
Wi-Fi
package.
Yeah, and then you hit your head on the top and get knocked out.
Yeah, or get tased. You get tased because people think you're like gonna do something crazy.
He's just a smoke on here.
What'd that guy do? Yeah, what'd that guy do, man?
Yeah.
The Cardinals. Yeah, did the Cardinals play already?
They're playing right now.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah. Dude, I looked at tickets for that game, and you could buy them. 6-0 or 14-0. Yeah, right now.
Wow. They're looking good against the Rams.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Oh, dang.
Remember, they did the same thing last week against the Bills, and they found a way to lose. So they started out hot. Once again, Harbaugh philosophy. You win in the fourth, not the first. Like, first quarter is just a starter quarter, guys. It's really about closing it out in the fourth quarter at this point. So
I want to see the Steelers beat the Broncos, and I want to see the Bengals beat the Chiefs today too, though. So yeah,
that'd be nice.
Senior snappy, dude. Hey, I don't want to get out of the air, dude. Mothra, dude. That would be bad, dude.
Mothra.
Oh yeah,
Mothra don't exist, Senior Snappy. What you talking about? Come on now.
I don't know about that.
Get out of here with that mess.
Have you seen some of those like people talking about how long Godzilla's legs actually are and how like you think the sea is and how tall he is, like how long his legs have to be be able to touch the ground.
Yeah.
It like just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. No, he was standing on a sandbar at that exact
sandbar. There you go.
Yeah, he found a sandbar. Yeah.
Well, you're now going on to the Steelers. If you guys want to throw about the Steelers talk here. Aether's got a comment about what is it? The Michigan football. We're a ground and pound team, 100%.
100%. That's right.
Ground and pound, dude. Just like I got to add that to my online dating profile.
This guy, dude.
Oh boy.
Right.
Oh gosh.
Hey, relax.
Oh yeah. That's
what's that? What's that?
All right. That's the response you get from putting it on there. They're like, nope, creep, bounce, whatever. Left. I don't know.
Hey,
like
before we start talking about the steel turds, the Pittsburgh Steelers or whatever, so I want to announce because our Madden game, we lost the Madden game, so we extended,
which is hilarious.
Yeah, it was terrible. I was like, what the heck kind of is this? Sense. So we extended their predictions until for this game, essentially. So, and the winner of that game, or the score prediction, is actually, drum roll please. I don't have that button. That works.
That's more of a joke.
It's Its score prediction was 24-9, and that's the closest score for it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Happy.
Who was it?
It was just up on the screen, and I think you took it down.
Yeah, you just took it down because you, clicked on a thing. Yeah.
Who was it?
Yeah, Pappy.
Oh, Pappy. You broke up on my end. Okay. Hey, man.
Oh yeah.
Hey, your internet sucks.
There it is right there. No, your internet
sucks.
Hey,
there we
Pappy, go. Congrats, my man.
Happy 1973.
Pappy keeps winning everything. Look at that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the fool's a winner. Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, so I'll reach out to
him.
All
he does is win.
That's right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Steelers defense getting ready for J.K. Dobbins. But look, man, it's going to be good. Look, the Steelers defense or offense is pretty abysmal from what I've seen so far. And I think they said Fields is going to play, right?
He is playing today, which is kind of funny because a lot of the Broncos fans wanted Russell Wilson to play today because they're playing against the Broncos. Just kind of get that revenge type game and everything like that. Russell Wilson did practice a little bit this week.
Okay.
At this point, I don't think Russell Wilson should be starting that team. They have a better chance with Justin Fields, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. My thing and just my quick breakdown of the Steelers-Chargers matchup is I feel we're very similar teams in a lot of ways. Like, just kind of like a team where you have a very good defense with really like that run game at this point, because Justin Fields is great in open space and he does great with running the ball in his hands. Yeah. I don't think they have like the most potent type wide receivers. I think George Pickens is a very good wide receiver.
Yeah, very good.
I liked him coming out of Georgia. I thought he was a really good pickup for them. I mean, once again, now he's got Ladidi McConkey. Yeah, Ladidi McConkey. So 2 Georgia boys on the field.
McConkey.
Yes.
McConkey.
But you got very similar teams. And the thing is, though, it's going to be one of those games where I think that it's going to be kind of like an under 20 point type game. Like, I do think the Chargers could get over 20-something points, but it's going to be kind of a tight type game. I think the Chargers have a good shot to be able to find a way to win this one through their defense, in my opinion. So
I did like seeing Herbert run the ball a little bit too. That was a kind of a stretch run, which I thought was pretty good, and the blocking was amazing downfield with that too. That was incredible. Yeah. I mean, team offense, which I think is awesome. So yeah, I mean, it's good, man. I mean, bottom line, hey, a win's a win, baby. That's all that matters.
That's right, man. That's all it. Just wins are wins, and not. But this was a good win, though. I mean, I don't know what you guys like. They're expecting a blowout, though. This was pretty much a blowout. Like, I mean, 26-3. I mean, yeah, okay, it wasn't like a 0, whatever like that, But this was they could not do anything well. So yeah.
3 points as an NFL team is bad. That's embarrassing.
Not good. Yep.
Yeah, Ladidi McConkey.
Ladidi McConkey. Yeah, it's so good.
Oh, well, that's good.
By the way, in the chat, I'm going to throw over our store website here. I think Mr. Thermistor says, "Yo, I want that Bolts, make the Bolts great again hat." That's our store there at boltbros.live/merch.
Yep,
that's right.
So check it out. We got it on our store and everything too. So we'd love to see the support, guys.
Yep. Yeah. So, okay, I'll maybe get some final thoughts here. I'll say this. I just think it was a good game. This is about what I expected. I expected one more touchdown, but 3 points is about what I thought. I mean, again, I don't want to get too cocky, but the Panthers are a team in disarray. They still have a good defense, really. I mean, their defense isn't terrible, but when they're on the field as long as they have been, it's a little hard to be successful. But I'll just say this. I think the next game, the Steel Turds will be the big game. We'll have to see how we play on that one. And I'm expecting more of a shootout on that one. That'll be a little tighter. So that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Kyle, what do you got on your thoughts?
What do you got in your thoughts?
What do you got on your brain?
Think
nothing. Okay, moving on. Let's go.
No, I think that I feel like the Chargers are going to probably switch it up a little bit this next week against the Steelers. Yeah. I think it's going to be a little bit more passing. I would say, at least I'm hoping that it will be, because obviously I got Justin Herbert on my fantasy team. So I feel like this was a solid win. This was great. Was a huge difference from last couple of years, is because there's a lot of games that we've had over the past couple of years where like, we should win this game, but we don't, and we win by like 1 point or like 2 points or something like that. We came to play on this game for sure. Like it was, we've only given up 13 points in the season so far, and that's saying a lot. Sure, these teams are great or whatever like that, but it's still NFL teams are NFL teams, and so I'm very hopeful for what's going on next week against the Steelers, and let's do it. But I guess I'll close with one question, and that is,
who's got it better than us?
Nobody. What up?
Jeez.
Hey, what's up, Pappy? Yeah, I just texted you on Facebook, and by the way, and so you are the prize winner for the week and so you're going to be able to take a look at anything in the our store, pick it out, and then email us or message us on Facebook or something like that, and we'll send it out to you ASAP, baby.
No doubt, man. And what up, Poppy, man? It was good to be able to see you before the game last week against the Raiders and such too. So just last thoughts here, man. It's great that we could just get a win like this. 2-0, baby. Like, I'm excited to see that. And there were so many times it felt like with like Brandon Staley that we would be, I hate talking about it, but just in comparison, like how many times did we go into the first 4 games? We always kind of look at it as blocks of games, 4 sets of first 4 games. And what are we going to come out in that kind of record? And we're like, 3-1, 4-0, whatever it might be. I think we got a little bit legitimate team now that we could probably go 4-0 at this point, or 3-0, or we're not going to go a 1-2 kind of situation, or we're not going to go into those types of situations at this point. And I'm excited about where the momentum of this team is going at this point. I think it was Miguel in there talking about, he's like, hey, maybe we're just trying to not show all our cards right now, because obviously we've got some tricks up our sleeves with, Steelers, or really the Chiefs, to be honest. If we get that first win against them, which Brandon Staley did beat the Chiefs the first time he did play them as a head coach. Who knows? We'll see if that's going to happen. I mean, how beautiful it would be if we just keep this momentum up, beat the Steelers next week. We're staying out, or Chargers are staying out in the East Coast. They're not going to have any time change or anything like that. And they're just going to be locked and loaded and ready to go for the Steelers game. I mean, this is our first challenge for this team, in my opinion, against the Steelers. So I cannot wait for next Sunday, and it sucks that we have to wait another week for another game of football.
We're not charged anymore. The worm has turned. The worm has turned.
The worm has turned.
Well, I mean, I like the week-to-week situation. Like, it's like I've hated the whole Netflix concept of just waiting, or just getting the entire season in one day. So
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be pretty hard to do that for football.
Terrible to do that.
It'd be impossible.
Pretty hard. Yeah, that's a long day out there for everybody. Locked, cocked, and ready to rock. That's right. Let's go.
That was a good comment there. Last year Herbert would throw for 400 yards, 5 touchdowns, and we still lose by like 3 points.
Exactly. Perfectly said, man. Like, that's exactly it, Brandon. Like, there is a balance to this whole team now. Like, finally. You got a defense that can back up the offense. You got an offense that could actually throw and also run the dang ball and protect Herbert too. Like, I think the thing is, though, Herbert just needs to do, once again with this game, there was some stupid little things that he was making with the pick and the fumble. Like, those are the 2 things that Herbert needs to get out of his head a little bit and say, hey, look, man, like, I don't need to be a hero at this point. Him throwing that pick was a stupid idea anyways. He should have just ran the ball, got a couple yards, and slid or whatever it is. Like,
a couple little things like that need to be cleaned up.
100%. And remember too, this is only his second game. He didn't play preseason. He was pretty much not in training camp for a good amount of time too. Like, so he's still just kind of getting the wiggles out at this point.
So the definition of the worm is turned, right? Just to make it clear from the dictionary is it's an idiom. It's informal. Used to talk about how a situation can suddenly change so that a person, or maybe a team, who has been weak, unlucky, unsuccessful, etc., can become strong, lucky, and successful.
Yep.
So, anyways,
So
the worm is turned. The Chargers, the worms has turned. The worms has turned.
That's right.
Big test is next week, though. Big test is next week. I'm gonna actually go watch the Saints game or the Steelers game right now too. Just kind of to see what they're doing over there. And I think, to be honest, that game's going to be a field goal fest for the Broncos Steeler game today.
The Steelers just scored a touchdown.
Oh, did they?
Touchdown.
Yeah. I retract my comment.
Instantly, but the Bengals Chiefs game so far is a field goal fest.
For sure.
That's right. Yeah.
All righty, guys. Well, we're the Bolt Bros. We'll do a recap tomorrow. We'll kind of listen to everything that was said, give a real quick recap, and then we'll get into it, and we'll go from there. Okay, guys?
Yeah.
Let's get it, guys. So let's do it. The Bolt Bros.
Let's go.
Are we really trying?
Nah, let's just, all right. Hey, we'll see you guys in the next one.
See you guys, bro.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here, watching the Bolt Bros podcast. Let's go.
Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.